Namaskar and a very warm welcome to you all. So here we have come to fourth session or episode of our series named Weekly Emotional Workout with Priyanka Kapoor. Where Priyanka Kapoor is a psychotherapist and relationship counselor, and she guides us about various issues of mental and emotional problems. So today we are going to get information about what are the three elements to make a relationship happy in couples. So hi Priyanka.
Hi Vasundhara, how are you?
I'm fine and welcome to our session. And we have come to fourth session. I'm very happy and excited to have you here again.
Same here, Vasundhara. Even I'm very glad to come back here again.
Yes. So can you tell us what are the three main elements to make a relationship happy in couples?
Yes. So basically, the three main elements to make our relationship with our spouses healthy are: first one is expectations, having the right expectation. Second is appreciation, and the third is acceptance. So I'll just tell you a brief thing about expectations, like what are expectations and how does it come? Basically, expectations are something which we all have from someone or the other, somewhere or the even you talk about kids, you talk about in our offices with our colleagues or anybody around us, right? So where does these expectations come from? They all come from our beliefs, whatever we have learned in our childhood, or we have learned in our college days, if we have learned from our house, like from our parents, whatever we have learned in our life, and we have seen, we have experienced, that gets ingrained in our system, in our subconscious mind, and we start believing that that is the only truth that which is there, you know. So for example, I'll give you an example, like in a husband or wife, the husband has learned that like it is okay to shout at wives, suppose. Where does this come from? These things come from, like, he must have seen his parents, probably they must be shouting with each other, or one of them not all tolerating, you know, the mother is tolerating every time. So the expectations from the son, like, how does it develop? That he thinks that it's okay to shout at the wives, you know, they have learned like that it is okay, it's normal, you know it, and the wives are bound to tolerate it. So but this culture doesn't work everywhere, right? But everyone has their own beliefs, own system of learning, and whatever they have learned in their life, where from the parents you talk about, from anywhere you talk about, they have learned everything from their spouses. So sorry, from their parents or from their neighbor, and or you talk about anywhere, you know. So many people do not follow their husband, their parents, or their upbringing and all. Why? Because they have learned the other ways also in their lives. Probably they have exposed to other families, they have exposed in their college, in their school, in their society, you know. So they have seen other families as well. So because of that, they have learned so many different ideas of about marriage. So that's where they carry from. Few people are very happy in their with their parents, and they think that this is the right way to treat your wives or husbands. So that's, after marriage, that's exactly what they follow. If they think that this is not the right way my parents were supposed to behave and this is completely wrong, there are children who don't follow those things when they grow up, right? So suppose there are children who had a bad experience with their parents, like the parents are fighting all the time or something like that. It's not necessary that the child will actually grasp those things, and then when he grows up and he gets married and he will also do the same thing. It's not necessary. There are a few set of people who do that, there are a few set of people who don't do that. So why they don't do that? Because they have learned other ways as well, they have seen other ways as well, that what is a marriage, what is a friendship between a husband and a wife. You know, in a couple there has to be some kind of understanding as well. So now these expectations are built up through the beliefs which we have which we have got from our ancestors, or probably from our parents, so when
Yes.
we, and not only from the, even from our experiences, so these beliefs become a rule in life. They start overpowering our thoughts. Even if they are wrong, they start believing that this is the right thing. So what are we then? Suppose, for example, the mother, our mother, for example, my mother was very hardworking when I was small, for example, and she used to work all the household work. Okay, now if my husband expects me to do that much work, that's not possible for me, because I have not learned those ways. But if suppose his mother has seen that the mother is taking care of the whole house, and then that so much of expectations he has from the wife, so his expectations are too much from the wife, that even my mother used to do this, my mother used to cook like this, my mother used to behave like this, my mother was so submissive, and like in olden days, any which ways the parents were little more homely, right? And nowadays everyone wants to become a little career oriented and everything, so everything has become a little different. But the expectations are the same, how they have learned it in their previously, how they have learned it in their childhood, what they have seen, their expectations, like as a cook, as a food, as taking care of the house, this everything is too much. So we have to understand to keep the right expectation from our spouses. We are not supposed to actually bombard our expectations on the opposite partner, because they mustn't be like this how they are expecting us to be, right? So it is very important that to ask their expectations from marriage, and because there are many expectations from the wives as well. Now, for example, there are couples in which the wife is expecting the husband to take care of the house, or probably the kids, so much that it's beyond their capacity, right? Which is not possible. So that is why it is important that we have to understand the limitations of expectations, how much we should expect from our husband or wives.
Yes, yes, Priyanka. So that was my question, Priyanka, that how can we know that we are expecting too much from a person in a relationship?
Okay. So this is very important that first of all we have to write our expectations from our spouses. First, you have to write that. Okay, and we should know what are our expectations, and then we should address it to our spouses, that these are my expectations from you. And after that, we should know their expectations as well, and then figure out that are we able to actually meet up to their expectations or no? Are we able to catch up to their expectations or no? We have to figure out all those things, and accordingly we have to do this, what do you call, we have to ask them and find out, and then accordingly we have to mold ourselves in that way. And we have to lower down our expectations according to the time, place, and circumstances.
So you are going to discuss about the next element, right?
Yes. So this next element is appreciation. Appreciation is what actually it is something called take for granted, TFG formula. Like we generally, what happen is that we always take our spouses for granted, right? So we take our spouses for granted, as in like if we know that the husband is taking care of our of the finances, and so we are not, then the woman is like, so we are not supposed to do anything, and vice versa. So in husband's case, we say that the wife is taking care of the house, so that's how she's supposed to be. And if it is not like that, so the husband shouts at the wife, oh, why this is like this, oh, why this is like that, so it's very obvious that that we take each other for granted. And so it's very important that we should not take each other for granted, and appreciate even if it is smallest thing. Like even if it is the smallest to smallest thing, we are supposed to appreciate each other. And for smallest act of what the wife does, even if it is a regular cooking what the wife is doing, or if it's a the husband is earning even the regular how much ever he is doing, we should appreciate whatever he is doing and not take things for granted. Because of that, the relationship will actually become more meaningful, and the husband and the wife will become more grateful to each other.
Appreciation is like the essence of a relationship, because many times I also feel that less appreciated. Then what should we do? Like when I'm feeling not that much appreciated in a relationship, then what should we do?
When you think that you are not actually getting appreciated, then you need to address that to your spouse. Like to your spouse, you need to address that I am doing so much and I need that appreciation, because that's your need and everybody's need, emotional need. You know, you need to address that to your husband or wife, that how much ever I'm doing, but I am not getting appreciation. It would be nice if you appreciate whatever I'm doing. So if suppose there's something where your husband is not, or your wife is not giving you like appreciation, or any kind of caring, any attention or something like that, we need to make the opposite person address them. Because what happens is that the opposite person is not, we should not do fortune telling, or we should not behave like a antaryami, that we all know everything and they will also know everything. It doesn't work like that. Many a times we don't understand what's there in the other person's mind. Probably they are not realizing that they need to, so it's very important that we need to let the opposite person know what we need.
Yes, Priyanka. So let's discuss about the third element, acceptance.
Yeah. So the third element is acceptance, where acceptance comes from when we our expectations are a little less in life, and then we start appreciating everything, smallest things, and we accept the people the way they are. So when we lower down our expectations and we accept it, that they are capable, accept the opposite person's capabilities, and accept their any kind of bad habits or anything. Because what happens is everybody is not born like perfect. There are few imperfect qualities because of which we are not able to accept this. So it's very important that we accept the little bit bad qualities, or not bad qualities you talk about, even some kind of faults which we have in others, because everybody is not perfect and we cannot expect any kind of perfection from each other, where we generally do expect that things. So expectations in perfection is also wrong. The opposite person is not going to be perfect. So acceptance comes when we are let going all the any kind of faults or any kind of bad habits in the opposite person, where it is not a big deal. Even if it is there, it's fine. Like for example, there was a couple where she was stuck to the tobacco thing, bad habit of the husband, because of which they were having fights. But at one point of time, she accepted the way he is. So he started expecting ki, yeah, it's okay if he's having tobacco, that is one quality which he doesn't have, but otherwise he is a good person. So I might as well accept him the way he is. So getting stuck up with some one bad quality and spoiling the whole relationship doesn't make sense. So there are few things which we need to accept the way they are. If there are non-acceptable things, then we can work on it. But main thing is like lowering our expectations, knowing each other's expectations, working on each other's expectations, appreciating for small things they do, not take for granted, and plus accepting the people the way they are, because everybody's personalities are different, habits are different, likes and dislikes are different, everything is different. So there are nothing is going to be the same. So it's better that we accept people the way they are and let go the bad part.
Exactly, Priyanka. I was going to summarize the same way, that lowering our expectation, appreciating the partner, and accepting the imperfection within him. So thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much for enlightening us about the relationship and how to make it happy and healthier.
Thank you so much, Basundara. It's a great pleasure to be here, and wish we continue like this only to help each other.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Priyanka.